So, Aliyah Boston has had a bit of a rough, we saw a bit of a rough preseason from Aliyah Boston based on the box score, and I thought she had a bit of a rough first game yesterday in Unrivaled, and we're going to talk about that. But at the same time, I don't think playing in Unrivaled really matters. How she plays in Unrivaled matters, box score, whether they win, whether they lose. I think it's a big thing. What matters is going to be how much she improves during the season. And if you guys agree, subscribe. We are trying to hit 50 or 41,000 subscribers by the end of the day. And right now we are 35 subscribers off. If we could hit that, that'd be absolutely incredible. But obviously that was for a video a little bit earlier. The Gino Oriema page video if you want to watch that. But we're going to have to talk about how Aliyah Boston played. So she came up with 6 points, 9 boards, 3 of 9 shooting from the field, which isn't great. There were a couple of times where she just kind of struggled. She hit a mid-range shot. And all in all, it wasn't the greatest game in the world. Again, she had 3 assists to 1 turnover. It's funny though. My favorite thing about yesterday was Angel Reese fans dunking on Aliyah Boston. When Angel Reese Aliyah Boston did not respect the jump shot. And Angel Reese goes sidestep, hits the slowest jump shot ever in her face. And it's Aliyah Boston didn't respect the jumper. We all play basketball. We know that there's certain things you give for certain players. So she's you know what? We're giving up the jumper. We'll give her that. And in fairness to Angel, she went and stepped up and she hit the shot. Which, that's all you can ask for from Angel Reese's perspective. All you can ask is that she does step up and she steps into those shots. She shoots them with confidence. And, that's really all you can ask for from Angel's perspective. But from Aliyah's perspective, you don't guard a shooter you don't guard someone for a jump shot until they prove they can hit one. And after that, obviously, not much happened. But then obviously them going crazy about that. And then Aliyah Boston comes down later on in the game. 1 dribble, pump fake, Angel Reese, ankle breaker, hits the midi with the Angel Reese ankle breaker back. And those same fans were oh, she slipped. She tripped over her own feet, and that's fine. It happens. It's basketball. It's so funny looking at some of these fans that don't actually know anything about the sport of basketball. And the amount of people that are oh, you know what? It's oh yeah, Angel's coming in. She's ready to cook people on the perimeter. And I'm man, she hit 1 jump shot in Unrivaled. In a 3v3 setting. Calm down. Again, we'll see more. But I thought there were a lot of positives from Angel Reese. But with Aliyah Boston, I don't think her game style suits Unrivaled. I really don't. A lot of people were saying, oh, she was better than Dearica Hamby. And, I mean, she probably was, to be fair. She probably was better than Dearica, especially on the offensive end. But, I don't think that she was better on the defensive end. I think it was a tough one. I think she had a bit of a tough time with Angel. She does. I think Angel kind of has her number. Aliyah Boston's reaction time is just almost too slow to deal with the way Angel plays. Angel, I'm going to be honest, Angel Reese plays, there are times when Angel Reese plays ping pong with the backboard. And that's not trying to have it be a knock on Angel Reese. She flings the ball off the backboard sometimes, and there's not much you can do. There's genuinely not much you can do with that. It's just a if someone flings it off the backboard and catches it again, it's just about reaction time, and her reaction time is not that of Angel Reese. I wouldn't want, look, when we're playing this, when the Fever are playing the Sky, I don't want her guarding Angel Reese. I think that's a really awkward matchup. And I think she struggles on Cardoso as well, but I think it's a really bad matchup on Angel Reese. One thing that I was hoping for more of was a little bit more playmaking out of the post from her, because she has that ability to playmake. She's a good passer. She's smart. She makes good decisions, and she didn't really look to playmake too much out of the post. But one thing I did like is that when Azurá Stevens was on the floor, she treated Azurá Stevens like she was Tina Charles. If you guys don't know, whatever about any other player, when Aliyah Boston sees Tina Charles on the other team, Aliyah Boston is she turns into the best player in the WNBA. if you watch them against the Dream, I think there was one game she might have struggled a little bit, but 3 of them, she set her career high twice against the Atlanta Dream last year. She literally just goes, and she hit a game-tying shot to send it to overtime. She literally just goes, you know what, I'm scoring every single time on you whenever Tina Charles is in the vicinity of Aliyah Boston. But I think as the Unrivaled goes on, it's going to be really helpful for Aliyah Boston because she's going to have to guard more in the perimeter. She's going to have to run a little bit more. But I do think it is a little bit tricky because it's just she's having to play a style that's so different to the style that she wants to play. Like, she 100% like wants to go and like improve. She wants to be on the court, but I'm like, it's a tough one again to see her really thriving and excelling in this league. But it's all about the improvement. It's all about being good on the 17th of, or is it the 17th of May when the season starts? That's all that matters. All that matters is being right on the 17th of May. And like, we saw it last preseason, like when they were playing against the Wings and stuff. Even in preseason, it's like, man, Temi Fagbenle looks way better with Caitlin Clark than Aliyah Boston does. But we saw by the end of the season how they work together. And it'll be interesting to see how Aliyah Boston adapts, because I think she will adapt in some way. I think she'll figure it out. Like, I'm more confident in her figuring it out than like an Azare figuring it out, or a Griner figuring it out, or a Steph Dolson figuring it out. Like, I think that Aliyah Boston, something will click. Just like what clicked at times last year, she'll have a good game and it's going to click, and she's going to keep doing that, and she's going to keep improving in that way, and she's going to use that to improve different parts of her game. I think she was a little bit hesitant. I would like to see a couple of threes. I would like to see 1 or 2 3-pointers because she's comfortable from mid. She seemed a little bit hesitant to shoot the long mid. But I'm like, I don't understand why in the WNBA the 1.5 feet inside the 3-point line shot is taken so often. Like, I get the pull-up mid-range. I get the mid-range shot. I don't understand the long two. The long two is the worst shot in basketball. And I don't understand why WNBA players insist on shooting the long two. And I'm not talking about middies. The long two. I'm this much inside the 3-point line long two. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I was going to be watching Unrivaled. It's finally on. They decided to not put it live, and it scores 11. They went live at 11-7 for the Laces. But and Katie Lou is on the court for the Phantom. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be interesting to see how the Fever players do and how some of them are going to get on, because like, the way the league is, you just never know what players are going to succeed, what players are going to do well, and just what style of play is going to work the best. So anyway, yeah, that is the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.